Welcome back my YouTube channel. I am telling about for this coin, the 1 Kroon coin of Estonia, 1998. Tracing its background, design, symbolism, economic context, and cultural significance, the Estonian 1 Kroon coin, 1998. A symbol of independence and identity. Introduction. The Estonian 1 Kroon coin of 1998 is more than just a small piece of metal. It embodies the rebirth of a nation, the reassertion of national sovereignty, and the successful transformation from a Soviet republic to a modern European state. Minted during a crucial decade of Estonia's post-Soviet recovery, the coin stands as a tangible expression of the nation's economic, political, and cultural renewal. Understanding the 1 Kroon coin's history involves exploring Estonia's monetary evolution, the symbolism behind its design, the context of the 1990s economy, and its place in the broader narrative of national identity and integration with Europe. Historical background. From occupation to independence, the interwar republic, and the birth of the Kroon. The first Estonian Kroon, abbreviated as EEK, was introduced in 1928, replacing the Estonian mark that had been in circulation since independence from Russia in 1918. The Kroon, derived from the same root as the Scandinavian krone, symbolized Estonia's orientation toward the Nordic world rather than the eastward pull of its former imperial ruler, at that time. The Kroon was pegged to the British pound sterling and later to gold, reflecting Estonia's early efforts to ensure stability and international credibility for its fledgling currency. The Bank of Estonia, Eesti Pank, founded in 1919, oversaw the issuance of notes and coins. This first Kroon circulated until 1940, when Estonia was forcibly incorporated into the Soviet Union. The Soviet ruble replaced the Kroon, and Estonia's independent monetary system was dismantled. The Soviet period, 1940 to 1991, under Soviet occupation, the Estonian economy was absorbed into the planned system of the USSR. The ruble became the only legal tender, and the Bank of Estonia was transformed into a branch of the Soviet Central Bank. During this time, local coinage and currency design, once a proud symbol of nationhood, disappeared entirely. Yet, the memory of the Kroon remained alive in the collective consciousness. Older generations remembered the interwar period as a time of independence, economic stability, and dignity. The Kroon thus became a powerful symbol of lost sovereignty and a dream of its restoration. Restoration of independence and the need for a national currency. When Estonia regained its independence on August 20, 1991, the economy was still tied to the collapsing ruble zone. Hyperinflation and monetary chaos plagued the region, making economic sovereignty one of the young republic's most urgent goals. In June 1992, less than a year after independence, Estonia launched a dramatic currency reform. The Kroon was reintroduced as the national currency, replacing the Soviet ruble at a rate of 1 Kroon equals 10 rubles. This move, overseen by the re-established Eesti Pank, was not merely economic, it was deeply political. It represented Estonia's break with its Soviet past and its intention to build a Western-style market economy. The reform was accompanied by strict fiscal discipline, a currency board system, which tied the Kroon to the German mark, and an independent central bank. This monetary policy became one of the foundations of Estonia's economic success in the 1990s. The 1 Kroon coin. Introduction and design. Coinage. After the 1992 reform. Following the 1992 monetary reform, Estonia introduced a full set of Kroon coins: 5 centi, 10 centi, 20 centi, 50 centi, 1 Kroon, and 5 Kroon denominations. Over the following years, several minor design updates were made to improve durability, security, and aesthetics. The 1 Kroon coin, being a mid-value denomination, became one of the most common and widely recognized coins in circulation. The first 1 Kroon coins were issued in 1992, and further mintings followed in later years, including 1998. The year this essay focuses on. 2.2 technical specification. The 1 Kroon coin minted in 1998 shared the same general characteristics as earlier issues, though production quality improved with newer minting technologies. Denomination. 1 Kroon composition. CUNI, copper nickel, alloy weight, approximately 5.8 grams diameter, 23.25 millimeters thickness, 1.6 mm edge. Reeded mint, likely produced by the Mint of Finland, Suomen Rahapija, which struck most Estonian coinage of the era. The coin's solid metallic appearance and modest size made it durable and convenient for everyday transactions, suitable for small purchases, public transport, or vending machines. The obverse. The coat of arms. The obverse front of the coin features the greater coat of arms of Estonia. 3 blue lions passing guard ant on a golden shield, surrounded by oak branches. This emblem, dating back to the 13th century, reflects Estonia's medieval ties to Northern Europe, particularly Denmark, and symbolizes courage, vigilance, and resilience. The oak branches represent strength and endurance, traits often associated with the Estonian people and their ability to survive centuries of foreign domination. The inscription Eesti Vabariik, Republic of Estonia, encircles the top of the design, reaffirming the state's sovereign status. The minting year, 1998, appears at the bottom. The reverse, the denomination and national identity. The reverse bears a large numeral 1 at its center, flanked below by the word Kroon in capital letters. The design is simple and modern, reflecting Estonia's clean, minimalist aesthetic typical of the 1990s. A deliberate move away from Soviet-era ornamentation. Above the numeral, subtle radiating lines evoke a sunburst effect, symbolizing hope, renewal, and the bright future of the Estonian Republic. The choice of clean geometric forms aligns with Nordic design sensibilities and underscores Estonia's cultural connection with Finland and Sweden. Economic context of the 1998 coin issue. Stabilization and growth. By 1998, Estonia's economy had undergone a remarkable transformation. The introduction of the Kroon in 1992, tied first to the German mark and later, from 1999, to the euro, provided stability. Inflation, which had exceeded 1,000% in 1992, was brought under control within a few years. Economic reforms under leaders like Martlaar emphasized privatization, free markets, and foreign investment. Estonia became one of the fastest-growing post-Soviet economies, often referred to as the Baltic Tiger. The Russian financial crisis of 1998, the year 1998 was, however, also a test of Estonia's resilience. The Russian financial crisis caused regional economic turbulence, affecting trade and investment flows. For Estonia, whose economy was still partly tied to its eastern neighbor, the crisis led to a short-term slowdown. Nevertheless, thanks to its strong monetary policy and the credibility of the Kroon, Estonia avoided the kind of financial collapse that hit Russia and other former Soviet republics. For Estonia, whose economy was still partly tied to its eastern neighbor, the crisis led to a short-term slowdown. Nevertheless, thanks to its strong monetary policy and the credibility of the Kroon, Estonia avoided the kind of financial collapse that hit Russia and other former Soviet republics. The issuance of the 1998 1 Kroon coin thus occurred at a moment of both challenge and affirmation, a demonstration of confidence in the stability of Estonia's monetary system. Everyday use and purchasing power. In 1998, 1 Kroon roughly equaled 0.064 euros, or about 1 Estonian Kroon equals 6.4 euro cents. It had modest but real purchasing power. A newspaper might cost 2 kroni, a bus ticket 3 kroni, and a loaf of bread around 5 kroni. The 1 Kroon coin was therefore a practical denomination, frequently used in daily transactions, making it one of the most circulated coins of the period. Symbolism and national identity. A coin as a nation's miniature flag. The reintroduction of national coinage in the 1990s served as a symbolic act equal in importance to adopting a new flag or anthem. Coins are among the most intimate forms of national representation, objects that citizens handle daily, carrying national symbols into every market, shop, and pocket. The 1 Kroon coin, with its lions, oak wreath, and the inscription Eesti Vabariik, continuously reminded Estonians of their regained independence. 4.2 The Kroon as a symbol of trust and pride. Estonia's monetary policy, disciplined, transparent, and Western-oriented, became a key element of its post-independence identity. The Kroon represented not only money but also trust, modern governance, and national pride. Owning and using the Kroon reinforced the feeling of being part of a functioning, independent state. It was a daily affirmation of sovereignty, one that contrasted starkly with the inflation-ridden ruble of the Soviet years. Design philosophy and cultural continuity. The designers of the Estonian coins, led by the artist Simo Randall, sought to create a visual language that blended modern minimalism with historical continuity. The three lions harkened back to medieval heraldry, while the clean lines and sans serif lettering conveyed modernity. The 1 Kroon coin thus bridged the past and the future, embodying both tradition and progress. Minting and circulation. The role of the Mint of Finland. Because Estonia lacked its own minting facilities in the early 1990s, most coins, including the 1998 issue, were produced abroad, primarily by the Mint of Finland. The collaboration symbolized the close economic and cultural ties between the two nations and ensured high-quality coinage. Quantity and circulation. While exact mintage numbers for the 1998 issue are not widely published, the 1 Kroon remained one of the most heavily minted coins due to its widespread use. Circulation continued through the early 2000s, with the coins remaining legal tender until Estonia adopted the euro in 2011. Durability and variations. The copper-nickel alloy gave the coins a silvery appearance and good resistance to wear. Over time, however, the coins would develop a light patina, giving older specimens a slightly duller tone. Collectors today often seek 1990s dated coins in uncirculated condition as symbols of the country's first decade of renewed independence. Transition to the euro and the end of the Kroon era. Preparing for the euro. By the early 2000s, Estonia had established itself as one of the most stable and reform-oriented economies in Eastern Europe. In 2004, it joined the European Union and NATO, marking full integration into Western institutions. The Kroon, pegged to the euro from 1999 onward, became effectively part of the European monetary system. This fixed exchange rate, €1 equals 15.6466 krooni, was maintained until the adoption of the euro in 2011. The final years of circulation. In the years leading up to the euro, the 1 Kroon coin remained a fixture of daily life. Even as credit cards and digital payments became more common, cash transactions still relied heavily on coins like the 1 Kroon. For many Estonians, however, there was a growing sense of nostalgia as the euro changeover approached. The Kroon had served not just as currency but as a national emblem during the difficult yet hopeful years of reconstruction. Withdrawal and legacy. On January 1, 2011, Estonia officially adopted the euro, and the Kroon ceased to be legal tender 2 weeks later. All Kroon coins, including the 1 Kroon piece, could be exchanged indefinitely at the Bank of Estonia. Although withdrawn from circulation, the 1 Kroon coin remains a cherished souvenir and collectible, a tangible reminder of the nation's rebirth. Collectability and cultural memory. Numismatic interest. Collectors value the 1998 1 Kroon coin for its place within the broader series of Kroon issues and for its historical timing. A late 1990s minting that represents Estonia's consolidation of independence. While not rare in absolute terms, coins in mint condition, especially those in proof sets or uncirculated rolls, are sought after by both Estonian and international numismatists. Popular culture and memory. The Kroon, including the 1 Kroon coin, continues to hold emotional resonance in Estonia. Many people kept a few coins as keepsakes after the euro conversion, a small token of pride in the difficult path to freedom. Cultural exhibits and museums, such as the Eesti Pank Museum in Tallinn, display Kroon coins and notes as part of Estonia's modern heritage. The 1 Kroon piece is often presented as a symbol of everyday resilience and national renewal. Symbolic meaning. In the wider European context, a model of post-Soviet success among post-Soviet states, Estonia stands out as a model of successful transition. Its careful monetary policy, embodied in the Kroon stability, earned international admiration. The 1 Kroon coin, therefore, can be read not only as an Estonian artifact but as a European one, a symbol of how a small nation rebuilt itself through discipline, innovation, and integrity. 8.2 Nordic orientation and cultural affinities. The design and naming of the Kroon reflected Estonia's deliberate identification with the Nordic world. Linguistically and culturally, Estonians often view themselves as part of the broader Finno-Ugric and Northern European family, by aligning its currency with the German mark and later the euro, and by designing coins in a Nordic minimalist style, Estonia visually and economically placed itself within the European mainstream. 8.3 The transition to digital society. By the late 1990s, Estonia was already becoming a digital pioneer. The same society that used 1 Kroon coins at kiosks also launched e-governance, online voting, and digital identity cards. Thus, the 1 Kroon coin captures a transitional moment between the analog and the digital, Between post-Soviet recovery and high-tech modernization, artistic and symbolic interpretations, artists and historians often interpret the one Kroon coin as a miniature expression of Estonia's core narrative: endurance, renewal, and orientation toward the future. The three lions connect Estonia to a deep historical lineage, while the sunburst and modern typography suggest openness and progress. The combination of traditional heraldry and contemporary design mirrors the nation's dual identity, rooted in heritage, yet forward-looking. Conclusion: the enduring legacy of the 1998 one Kroon coin. The 1998 one Kroon coin stands as a silent witness to Estonia's extraordinary journey through the late 20th century. Issued during a decade of transformation, it represents a nation reclaiming its sovereignty, stabilizing its economy, and redefining its identity on the global stage. Every feature of the coin, from its heraldic lions to the word Eesti Vabariik, encapsulates the values of independence, endurance, and confidence. The coin's circulation through millions of hands symbolized not only economic activity but also civic participation in the renewed Republic of Estonia. Though the Kroon has now passed into history, replaced by the euro, its image endures in memory and museum alike. The one Kroon coin of 1998, small and simple as it may seem, remains a powerful emblem of how nations rebuild themselves, not only through politics and policies but also through the symbols that people hold, exchange, and treasure in everyday life.